Hello, my name is Dr. Scott Young with Hearing Solutions Centers, and we're going to do our iPhone-based or Android-based technology with Bluetooth, part 2, coming right up. Okay, so you've been through the first one where we talked about orientation and hooking up your iPhone or your Android. Now, we're happy to do that for you, but I wanted you to see it. So go back and look at that, okay? Now, the next one here that we're going to talk through is how do you check your wireless signal? Now, we sort of dealt with that a little bit, so you're going to see the video on screen here. And again, thanks for ReSound for helping us out with this. So you're going to open up your app. So you have the Smart 3D app. You're going to tap on the status screen on the very bottom, that little bottom right to the right, and you're going to see the status. Now that will show you if it's rechargeable. You'll see the little green arrows, the little green dots in there, and you'll see if it's really working. Okay, so I can look at mine, and mine have 4 or 5 charge points. But what if one side is doing this exclamation point, freaking out for you, right? And I've had people call up all the time. So one of the things that you're going to do to check that point, and you see that you have an issue there, maybe a couple things are happening. Number one, it could be battery. Your battery could be really, really low. You could also have a problem with it that you can kind of check on it and can check your connection. Maybe the phone has lost connection with it in some crazy way. So one of the things that will happen is you're kind of looking back at me here. One of the things that we always recommend is number one, you might have to turn off your phone. That's in general and settings, or settings general, and then you're going to go to down at the bottom, shut off and turn it back on. Just do that once a week and it will help recycle the feed with that. Now, let's say you keep having that problem. Sometimes we've had to go in and really hijack what the iPhone has to do, or even the Android. We've had to go in and clear the cache and do all kinds of crazy things. That's something that we'll help you with. We're happy to do that. Now, my father-in-law loves to be able to have his iPad and iPhone right in front of him. And he wants to be able to watch his movies or, whatever videos here on his iPad, and then he wants to go back to his iPhone. One of the things that's difficult is that if you don't give yourself a little bit of time, you can't leave both the Bluetooth on at the same time. Now I can pair it to the iPad, and then I can pair it to the iPhone too, and have both of them paired, but they can't have Bluetooth working at the same time. I can only have the Bluetooth off of the phone and the Bluetooth on for the iPad, but you have to give it a little time to hook it back up, okay? If you're having lots and lots of problems with it, we might recommend that you have to update the software in the iPad, or maybe it's an older iPad, okay? In 2020, if you had an old, iPad, of maybe 3 or 4 years old, you might be struggling with it because the app isn't even updating along with the other native software that's in there, okay? So that's a part of the problem that could be coming out for you, okay? So you can actually turn off the Bluetooth in the iPad and then go back to the iPhone when you're going out in the real world. So let's talk a little bit about the next one here. You're gonna watch the video over top of me here. So how do you receive a phone call? So you've got your hearing aids and you have the app out there. This is a little different app, but it's the same basic idea. You answer the phone and it's going to come up there, and you'll have 3 different kind of abilities, whether it's Scott's hearing aids, speaker, or iPhone. Now, you just talk on the phone just like you would normally do it. Okay, this is a very straightforward kind of mechanism that happens. So what happens on the phone for me is that the iPhone, what it does is I push, talk just like I would normally do, but I don't put it up here. Why? Because I'm hearing through my prescription. This is the coolest thing in the world. I'm going to tell you the Scott stories, okay? My accountant is Irish, okay? I cannot understand him with my hearing loss when he calls on the regular phone. He has to call through my iPhone. And then I can hear him through my prescription. You have no idea how cool this is. Your prescription is put into your hearing aids, which is then transferred to your iPhone or your Android. And so you're listening through your prescription in both ears. You're getting a massive doubling effect in both sides, which improves your speech understanding. Now, the other key that has to happen, and so you want to be in that, but here's what you do. You don't put it up here. You got to talk into the bottom part of your phone, okay? Because that's what your microphone is. So some people like to do it like this. You can do that if you want to. Or you could do the Scott mechanism. I just turn it upside down and I'll walk around doing my little things, talking on the phone. And I love my ReSound hearing aids for this. So I can talk on the phone and listen to people and I can have the conversation. Now here's something funny. I get this all the time. People look at me like, you're not on your phone. Because it doesn't look like I'm on my phone, right? This looks like I'm on my phone. This doesn't. So guess what I do all the time? My staff will come by and they think I'm not talking to anyone or I'm talking to myself, I'm crazy. And I go, oh, you're on the phone, okay? And this is my little way of saying it. So you can do that too. So, but here's the cool thing. Let's say you're waiting on hold for the dreaded company, those big companies that want you to wait on hold for 1,000,000 years. I love having to have this ability. I don't have to sit there on hold waiting like this and getting annoyed. I just leave it on the phone. I leave my phone right there and I'm back on my iPad or I'm back on my computer, entering something, doing something else while I'm hearing the little music in the background. And so it's a couple things I love doing. And I'm telling you, it's one of the best reasons for you to be able to hear and understand your family. You need hearing aids. ReSound will help you to be able to hear very effectively. And we know how to take care of that stuff, okay? And again, it's really cool. You can do this now with the Android ones. So the Android 9, 10, or the S9, S10 of Samsung, some of the LG phones, it's hard to tell you all the phones that are out there. There's dozens of phones. The Pixel 3, the Pixel 4, really, really good at that one. The S20 is a little struggles in 2020 right now. The new S71, there's a lot of different phones that have ability. Now on the iPhone ones, if you're on a 4 or a 5, dude, that's gotta be 5 or 6 years old, okay? When you're talking about a 7, okay, 8, 10, 11, X, they're all fine, okay? They're all fine at this point. Now, there's gonna be a point in time where they're not gonna affect the 8 anymore, but you're a while off so that you can still have the same capabilities. And it's one of the coolest, most powerful ability to have that. So again, you're gonna turn off and on your Bluetooth, or you're gonna turn off and on your phone once a week to kind of clear out any Bluetooth things, okay? You can see in the app, it'll give you a lot of cool information on there with that too. And then lastly, you're gonna talk on the phone and you can just talk into the bottom of the screen and just talk like this. Just talk normally. Now, if you're too far away, they're not gonna hear you. Why? Because your mouth's too far away from the microphone. So that's just another way of handling it. It's some cool abilities for you. So if you like what we're talking about, subscribe to us, leave comments down below. Happy to answer them. Thank you so much.